Ahead of Sunday's runoff vote, Brazil's right-wing president, Jair Bolsonaro, and his leftist election rival, Lula Inácio da Silva, has traded barbs in their final televised debate. Now reflecting a fiercely polarized race that has been largely devoid of policy debates, the two candidates fell back on personal attacks during the 2-hour debate. Bolsonaro said that during his tenure, insecurity decreased and claimed that homicide rate increased by 30% during Lula da Silva's administration.
E transferir, juntamente com a sua gangue, para presídio de segurança máxima. Eu cortei a ligação do Marcoli em São Paulo com o crime organizado. Diminuiu a violência, o número de mortos por arma de fogo no Brasil, armas portadas por bandidos e não por cidadão de bem. Lula, por que em 2006 você, que era presidente, e o Alckmin era governador de São Paulo, não transferiram o Marcola para um presídio federal?
Meanwhile, Lula criticized the policy of liberalization of arms sales promoted by Bolsonaro, stating the beneficiaries of this policy are part of a cartel of organized criminals.
Sabe qual é o seu modelo de cidadão pacífico? O seu modelo de paz é o Jefferson, armado até os dentes, atirando na Polícia Federal. Aquele que é o seu modelo de paz, o seu modelo de tranquilidade, o seu modelo de harmonia. No meu governo não vai ter. No meu governo é o seguinte: armas vai ter que ter autorização das Forças Armadas e a gente vai fiscalizar, porque o crime organizado não pode, em nome da facilitação de armas, estar adquirindo um arsenal mais competente do que a polícia.
Opinion polls suggest that Lula is the slight favorite to return for a third term, capping a political renaissance after his jailing on graft convictions that were eventually overturned. But Bolsonaro outperformed opinion polls in the first round of the vote this month, and experts say that the election could go either way. For more on this, we are being joined by Rodrigo Cravero, who is an associate editor of the international coverage for Correio Brasiliense from Brasilia. Thank you for being with us. Now, Bolsonaro or Lula, who has the edge?
Thank you so much. It's such an honor talking with my friends from India. Well, here at Brazil, in all the main polls, Lula is leading with 6% at average ahead Bolsonaro. This represents at least 7 million of voters, which is huge for Brazil. Brazil has a population of more than 200,000 people, no? But the country is deeply divided. I was telling about these two polls. One is IPEC and the other one is Datafolha. The number shows that Lula has 53% and Bolsonaro has 47%. And they will publish the last polls in about 7 hours, the last before the voting day tomorrow. As I was telling you, the nation is deeply divided, deeply polarized. We have to assume that the election of Bolsonaro in 2018 showed that Brazil has a very conservative society, no? And there is a huge resentment here at Brazil due to the fact that Lula was arrested and he spent 500 days in the jail, but he was free because the Supreme Court didn't have the competence to trial him. Not the Supreme Court, sorry. The judge who led the trial didn't have the competence for judging him, for leading the trial. And the process was full of failures. So he is running again, now against Bolsonaro. Yesterday we had at night the last debate here. It was a fierce debate. In fact, President Bolsonaro tried to attack a lot Lula, especially about the corruption topic. But Lula, I think he did very well. He's showing how Bolsonaro managed badly the response against pandemics. So I think the feeling here is there is a lot of tension in the air. No, people are afraid of political violence, and we have to watch carefully what could happen tomorrow, especially after the announcement of the results of the elections.
Right. And Rodrigo, what are the deciding factors between the two?
Yeah, I would say that the behavior of the President Bolsonaro, of his government, in dealing with the pandemics of COVID-19. You know that here at Brazil, almost 700,000 of people died due to the COVID-19. And many times President Bolsonaro minimized the seriousness of this pandemic, and he tried to not vinculate his responsibilities to deal with the COVID. He took too much time to start to buy the vaccines, no, and to start the immunization campaign. He, how can I say, he simulates people suffocating, dying with COVID in a live he made for his supporters in the internet. So I think this is a very important point, a decisive point for what happened. And then he tried also to make that the people use chloroquine and ivermectin, drugs which are useless and ineffective against COVID-19. But some incidents happened in the last days which are really important also. Last Sunday, a former ally of President Bolsonaro, his name is Roberto Jefferson, he is an MP. He used a rifle to shoot against agents of federal police, and he injured slightly. Two agents, no, he shot more than 50 times against them. When they were trying to arrest him, they had an arrest warrant, which was made by Supreme Court against Roberto Jefferson, because Roberto Jefferson was accused. He was under house arrest, and he was accused of violating this house arrest while he was, how can I say, producing videos with fake news against Supreme Court and against President Lula and Workers' Party, Partido dos Trabalhadores, which is the party of Lula. So Roberto Jefferson was arrested, and he will sentence for homicide attempt. And now Bolsonaro is trying to, how can I say, to put him aside. No, he's trying to do that. He doesn't have anything to do with this case, and that they were not friends. And he told this yesterday during the debate. But there are some other things, friends, here at Brazil. Bolsonaro is stimulating the people to buy weapons, no, to buy guns. He facilitated the selling of guns here. He told, once a time, he told that everyone must carry a rifle. And some people are telling that what happened with Roberto Jefferson was a kind of, how can I say, a consequence of this kind of rhetoric of President Bolsonaro, of this violent rhetoric.
Right. Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think that this election will perhaps decide the fate of the Amazon?
Yeah, of course. For me, the answer is yes. The Amazon rainforest is being burnt and destroyed at unprecedented levels. Since January of 2021, I have some numbers here, almost 10,000 of square kilometers of the forest suffered deforestation. President Bolsonaro, he's not applying fines for farmers who destroy the Amazon rainforest. Because of that, also many farmers here support the government. The police is He's not protecting a lot the environment. There is a lack of commitment of Brazilian president to protect the Amazon rainforest. And Bolsonaro had said also he wants to bring the development and the progress for northern region here in Brazil, especially in the forest regions. Despite the claim that he told that the level of deforestation are the lowest in the last years, this is not true. I think there is a really big concern here at Brazil that if Bolsonaro be reelected, he will continue to push to speed up the deforestation, and this is very bad for the whole world. No, next weekend we know that we will have the COP 27, and I assume that the position of Brazilian government will be watched carefully for the authorities of the other nations around the world.
Absolutely, Rodrigo. Thank you very much for being with us and your valuable analysis there.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor. Take care.
We are now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.